Hot-Dogg, how are you doing, my guy? Yeah. Okay, super. I actually I have there is a time during I think it was New Year's something in it at Freedom Hall last year. And I think the two of you showed up at Freedom Hall at night. Like so that night the two of you were roaming with a lot of yeah, yeah. Because I saw you at Freedom Hall. You performed, then everyone was like everywhere. Then I met you again at Comfort Village. Yeah, yeah, at night after party. That was New Year's. I think so. It was a New Year party. You guys showed up there and you're like, you guys, you're not showing me love. And then the song also like so yeah, and I was like, oh, these guys really know how to swag up. Okay, Noel and everyone else, you just let me know when once we're set. So like you and Triple A, you guys are a duo, like ah, okay. Ah, you directed all the videos? And even the creative process behind it. Yeah, because there is this song. I'm sorry, like I really my knowledge of Dinka is my Tongjang is very bad, but I understand there is a song about like a Nuer guy and a Dinka guy confusing a word. Um, that's the one, and I know the famous one. That's is it Tukdaming? Tukdaming. Yeah. So okay, we're good. Okay, so we are set. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Seniors Hub, to the evening with. Today is a very special edition. We actually have two awesome gentlemen and a queen here. I'll just, for the benefit of the audience here, I'll just allow them to introduce themselves. I think I can start from her. For people who probably haven't been following up with the current affairs, you can just tell us your name and what you do, and we'll go that end.
Okay.
You can just bring it closer. It's working.
All right. All right. All right. I'm by the names of Achol Deng Lual. And my other names that I'm well known of is Kushland Queen at the same time, aka Tenix Deng. So those are my names.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name Mijok Lang, Mijang Deng Chol, aka rapper Hot-Dogg, and I'm so glad to be here today with my brother Nelson Kwaje. Like, what's going on? The mic is almost cutting me off.
We're good. We're good.
Right, we good. I think we're good. Yeah, I need to keep my mouth close to it. I think. So I really appreciate my people in the building today, and I'm so happy to be here in your show today. And I think we gonna move on. My name is Mijog Lang, aka rapper Hot-Dogg. I'm actually from Canada. You know, I'm a South Sudanese Canadian, and I've been traveling around the world, and I've been doing music. And at the same time, I'm a politician and an activist. I'm a humanitarian activist. And I wish I knew this place before I was invited by my brother, you know, because I do a lot of activities around the world. I've been up and down from US, United States, and Canada, Australia, a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm so happy, and I think it's my first time invited. What's going
What's up with the thing? Can you put the antennas and bring it a bit closer so that it can
One,
pick?
two. It's
Yeah.
okay. One, two, one, two. So I really appreciate my brothers and sisters who are in the building today. I'm so happy. One, two, one, two. You know, we understand the situation in Africa, and we have a lot.
Yeah,
We have so many problems, but it's okay. It's a new country, so everything we have to push it, and that's why we have to keep coming back home. And I'm so glad that Nelson Kwaje invited us with Triple Hair. And the Chol Tenix, she's here too. She's doing her thing. And I'm so happy. I wish I know this. Otherwise, we would have been coming here a lot of times. So, and we would have invited a lot of people. I do traditional music sometimes because you know what? Anina yal but John Garang that were sent outside to spread the message of hope. And actually, that's what we did. And I came back to South Sudan. We did everything we could out there. And I'm so glad that I'm here for this show today. And I don't know much what we're going to do, but I'm so happy to see some of my family out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. My name is Mijok Lang. I'm a politician at the same time. If nobody knows me, I go by the name Honorable Mijong Lang Mijang Deng Chol. I'm the founder of People Liberal Party. If you guys know Peter Mayan Majongdi, right?
Yeah.
I'm the founder of that political party. I'm the one who put him there to take in charge of everything as I go outside doing my music. You understand? So this is rapper Hot-Dogg here today, and we'll do more. We have a lot of stuff that we'll talk about today with Kwaje. I'll pass it on to Triple A, the king.
Okay. Super. Let me hear from Triple A.
You sure? You sure?
Yep.
Okay. I go by the name Triple A, aka Big Don. Yeah. Once you meet me at night, you call me Big Don.
Big Dog.
Big Don. Don.
Big
the
Don.
Big Don.
Ah.
Yeah. Because at night and daytime, I'm two different.
So
Daytime, I'm a ngok. I tear my ear. But at night, call me Big Don. I will pop up with you.
Okay. I mean, it's nice to have all of you here. I think because I have the three of you, I think we'll go back and forth in kind of that. I just want to understand a little bit about your background in music, and probably tell me what is your musical. I can start from Triple A.
Okay.
Like how do you describe your artistic process, or the kind of music you create, or the kind of music you're involved in?
Okay. I myself,
Yeah.
if I can tell you, I now look like an age-mate to Hot-Dogg.
Yes, yes.
But rapper Hot-Dogg babysit me. If I say that, nobody can believe
Oh.
that. He babysit me since I was born.
Where
He
was
was my
that?
babysitter in Kenya back in the days.
Ah.
But now we look the same, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just a number. Sometimes when they look at me, they say Triple is bigger than Hot-Dogg. But Hot-Dogg will say, no, this is my boy. What's up?
So you and Hot-Dogg grew up around the same area?
I was born when he was coming out from exam. He was in examination the day I was born. He said, who is this little boy crying inside? He was young also. But who is this boy crying inside? They told him we have a new baby.
So which part of Kenya was that?
Kakuma.
So both of you were in Kakuma?
Yes,
Yeah.
we were in Kakuma.
So tell me, it's good that we started from there. So like at what age were you conscious of Hot-Dogg?
Since I was
Yeah.
how do you call that? Where people play, right? Where
Yeah.
when I was young, I liked trouble.
Yeah.
And then I will be beating around the area. And then they start calling me, how do you chabarangeng? Because back in the days.
Yeah.
So I caused trouble, and I love music, mostly dance. America. I think I was in, Kampala. I was in Nairobi. I was in Kampala, completing my high school. He told me, yo, you're good in dancehall, but we have to do this one. We have to show people who we are.
So from what age were you and Hot-Dogg separated when he left? Ah.
When he left. Yeah.
So Hot-Dogg lives when you were 10 years.
Yes.
And you remain in Kakuma.
In Nairobi.
In Nairobi.
Yeah.
So like when Hot-Dogg was abroad, what were you doing? You were just doing your thing.
I was in school, 10 years boy, you should be in school.
Okay.
Our parent, they'll beat you up. Your boy, go to school, you know what's up.
Let me hear from Hot-Dogg a little bit. So then you and Triple A like go a long way.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like Triple A, you know what I'm saying, I was raised in my life, you know what I'm saying, in a refugee camp. I started actually my life back in, I might have a baby face, but you know what I'm saying, I'm one of Jay Jammer at the same time. I was trained, I went for training when I was very young. I went to Ethiopia when I was young, actually. We actually not her. She's from Jonglei actually, but me and him, we're from Ruing administrative area, from oil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where we're from. And when I left, I was very little. This guy was not even born. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a lot of stuff when I was a kid. Went to Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? And all the way from Itang, I went to another place called what? That's another training center where they used to take kids, small kids, to go for training. So I was over there when I was a kid. And so I went through a lot of stuff, my brother, you know what I'm saying? So he was born in Kakuma, because I met his dad, actually. His dad was one of the artillery in Ngatinga in eastern Equatoria back in 1990, what, 19, I think 1993, when I left, what they call it, Nimali.
Yeah.
I was here in Nimali when all the Arabs were here in Juba, you know what I'm saying, as a small kid. So I was around every suburb around Juba here. I was with Nas Kubar Kulu, you know what I'm saying, with all our commanders and everybody. I was a kid, you know what I mean, because when the civil war in Ethiopia started and everything else, so I had to move with them. And
That's when the civil war started in Ethiopia.
Right,
SPLM had
right,
to
right.
leave the
During
leave.
Magiso Mariam. Yeah, so I left with all the generals when people were coming to attack Juba. So I was with them. I was left in Kitipo actually. I came walking all the way from Pechala. You know what I'm saying, as a kid, you know what I mean? So we went through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
So at what age did you kind of like start venturing
Man,
into artistic?
as they said, we're the children of the war, and that's why we went to abroad to just to spread the message. There were some kids that were born not knowing when they were born. Like myself, to be honest, I don't know actually when I was born, you know what I'm saying? But as long as I'm breathing like any normal human being, why not?
Yeah.
I'm living the same life, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. So even to be honest, I don't know actually what age am I, you know what I'm saying? I might look young, I might look old, whatever, you know, but it's okay.
So you could be any age.
Could be, yeah, like they say now, I'm 36, so 30, you could say it's 37, I'm going to 38.
Yeah.
It's okay, you know, it is what it is, as long as I'm breathing good. Because I used to feel bad because, you know, I used to ask God why. Now everybody celebrate birthday, and I don't even have a birthday. What can I do about this? But I say, you know what, as long as you're alive, you know what I mean, as long as you're alive. So when I went to abroad, I was given a certain day that I went for my interview to go to abroad. That's what the first day that I was given, like, okay, you know what, when were you born? Yeah, I'm a joke. Because I go by the name of joke, yeah. He said, like, when were you born? I'm like, I don't know when I was born. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Just a white lady, you know what I'm saying? She just told me, like, okay, today is what, 22? Something like that. I'm like, okay, this is going to be your day. 22. So what, they look at me, okay, you look like you were born 1980 what, 1985, 86, 87. I say, okay, I don't mind. They put that thing, and that's what I have in my passport. So it doesn't matter, actually, whether you're what. Age is a number, as you said. He might look like John Garang with his head now, everybody call him John Garang's son or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm older than him because he was born when I was here in central Equatoria, eastern Equatoria, before he was born, and his father was one of the artillery during the liberation, whatever, you know what I mean? And he was born when I was in Kakuma. I just came back from my primary school, and I look at him, I'm like, man, who is this? Somebody was crying. They say, somebody, we have a new family.
I think that's a very good thing.
Right.
Probably you can give her the mic.
I told
Tenix the queen. Yeah. So the two of them, artists, a bit of a troubled background. So maybe you can. I just want to understand, like, what kind of artistic endeavor are you involved in, to kind of also like sort of tie it up all together.
All right. I appreciate you for that question. Secondly, I would say that I've been promoting.
Yeah.
I was once a promoter in music. And then secondly, I'm also a business lady. Then I've involved myself in a lot of things. That's how I got to know Hot-Dogg and him. So my journey that I've just started right now, it's not that far because I can see. My age is not as theirs, and at the same time, I haven't passed through a lot. No, not really. I've just seen maybe a quarter of his journey, not a half. And then secondly, right now, I heard saying that he was coming for an interview. I told him definitely this one of the best things that I could attain of your things. And then I was actually at work. Then I told him I'm coming. Definitely I have to attend that thing. So, and the reason why I came today is we have a modeling show tomorrow at Freedom Hall. Queen Junub, and I've been put as the face of that company for now because this is the first edition for that thing, and we would love most of the South Sudanese to attend and witness the first edition of that modeling company, because I'm also somebody who love what's called like beauty pageant, because it really means what's called beauty, not just beauty. Actually, that's what most of the time I call myself Queen of Kushland. The reason why, because I see my beauty in me. It doesn't matter who sees it,
We
but
don't have
myself.
to wait for anyone else. You can start.
Yeah,
performing.
definitely.
And I mean, it's self-evident. All of us see it. Triple A sees it. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And, you know, South Sudan is a young nation. Since it's also a young nation, we also have to come up with a lot of programs to promote ourselves, because promotion starts by yourself before you add in somebody else to help. Yeah, so that's me. And
Yeah, thank you so
That's
much,
what I can
Tenix,
say.
for showing up and also showing support for Hot-Dogg and also for the show. I would like let's go to music. I want to kind of like, you guys have I mean you have a lot of songs, but probably the two Tukdaming and then
Kabanyo.
yeah, Babul,
Kabanyo.
Kabanyo.
Yeah.
I want you to take me. First of all, let's start with Babul.
Kabanyo.
Yeah, yeah, the creativity behind that, because someone was telling me about that. Someone was telling me like, hey, this song means there is two people who are disagreeing. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit
Right.
what is the creativity behind it.
Okay. You know what actually, what is behind Babul Kabanyo? Babul is Nuer and Banyo is Dinka. You know what I'm saying? So when I in 2013, actually, that's when I came to South Sudan. I came in 2011, and then I went back again, and then I came back on in 2013. And then when the crisis happened, this is historically behind between Dinka and Nuer, how we get separated. For Dinka to have their own language and Nuer have their own language. And we've been told about this. From there, we are just fighting over the meat, because as soon as we start, when we were doing, when we killed it, yeah. When we did, when they did the killing, now we're about to cut it into pieces, and then now, this one, God changed the language, you know, just a hit from the, it just like a thunder, it just came from above, and that's when the languages changed. This guy is saying Babul, which is Nuer, and the Dinka was saying Banyop. That's how we get separated.
But they mean the same thing.
And they meant the same thing. And that's how we came up with this thing. And it wasn't us who started it, but this is the main thing that separated us. So even if we were separated like that, you will mean the same thing, Dinga mean the same thing, Nuer mean the same thing. So Jamana, Nyarop Deng, Nyatwai Deng. You know what I'm saying? So we all cousin at the same time. So that's why we reminded our people, because it's something that they know. All the Dinga people, they know what a Babul is. They know what a Babul is by Nuer. So, yeah, Jamana, even if we are fighting, that's why we came up with this song during the time of the war, so that our people can understand, yeah, Jamana, this is it. We're one people, you know what I'm saying? We're one nation right now. Please, if you remember what we call Babul Kabanya, we should have, this is it.
How was the reception of the song?
It was really great, because even when people were fighting, there was no time for even people to call us for concert until today. This is going to be our first time even to do something like this, which is very great. We really get disappointed, even though everybody loved the song. But you know now, what our people went through, it's like, if I don't mention your name now as Nelson, right, in the song, you will not even give a damn about it. You understand?
So people now want to be praised.
Well, I mean, everybody want to be praised now, and that's what it is. But if people really know what historical is, when we came up with this song, Babul Kabanyab, anybody, whether you're from Dinga side, you're from Nuer side, you'll be like, oh my God. When you hear this song, we should even be eight out here or something, right? But guess
Yeah.
what? I don't know what is going on. Might be people want to be praised, but that's not who we are. And that's why, you know what? I started as a kid, as we said before. We still have to stick with our historical things. Even if people say now South Sudan is a small country. How long we go now? 20 years and we still call ourselves a small country?
Yeah.
We have to get together, right?
No, definitely we have to.
Right.
Triple A, tell me about that song. How was how did the idea? When did Rapper Hot Dog talk to you about it, or how did the idea come about?
Actually, that was I think January 2014. I was still in school.
Yeah.
Other called me, yo, Triple, I have this idea with PNC. He's a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are our own, whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So they had an idea. So he told me, yo, what's up? What do we have for? Tell me if you have any idea, and then I will put it in. He discussed to me, he told me everything. Then I told him, then go ahead. You know, that's the same is what I have.
Yeah.
From there, that song became famous.
And they,
People doesn't recognize we are the one who did it.
oh, like they know the song, but probably they
They
know
will,
you.
no, a hot dog name. You know, as hot dog say, many people want to be praised, but we are not those artists who praise people. We talk about history.
Mm.
From happening in our past, happening in our village. We sing about
Yeah.
Noob Sudan.
Okay, I think that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe I can ask you, Tenix, like when did you had when did you kind of get encounter with the song or his art that?
Actually, I got the song, I think, in 2015.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the owner of the song. Actually, yeah, we used to just text on Facebook as Rapper Hot Dog. But I didn't put my mind maybe to know who is the really artist of the song and all that thing, you know?
Because when you hear the song, you probably think that it should be a traditional artist. Huh?
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing that I used to think. It was just like a traditional artist. So when I came to Juba like last year, and then all of a sudden I met him and I was like confused. So when he came into the hall to come and perform the song, that's when I was so shocked, like, oh, so really you mean you're the owner of the song? And because I really didn't know the person, but I was so shocked to see the person was him and the other
yeah.
guy. So it was something like confusing. And most people were also all surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when they said that now we are going to welcome Rapper Hot Dog and Triple A like to perform. So people were all first shocked to see who's coming in. And when they came in, they were all putting on their traditional things and all that. So everybody was surprised maybe to first take the video and see who is who. But, you know, when they come now in their, like the way they're dressed up, you know, most people are still now in shock, like to be, oh, really? They can't believe what is really happening. Like,
and they're like showmen. When they show up, everyone has to pay attention because they will be so unique.
let me tell you this. The first time they showed up in Freedom Hall, you know, even if you were sitting, you would stand up to see who is that person because they had to perform the song down, not on the stage, you know. And that thing caused a lot of, I don't know, traffic and all that.
No,
because everybody was so curious.
Everyone
to see.
is kind of like very, very, very attentive to hear that. Hot Dog, like, do you think like your character or your name and when people see you, do you think that people detach it from the songs that you sing?
Well, yeah, a lot of people ask, you know, like even when I was in Australia for the tour, even kids, they don't get it. Like, your name is Rapper Hot Dog. And now, when they see me not dress up the way because they thought I'm from the village, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I have to change their mentality. For them even to listen to our traditional stuff, our Junubin stuff. Because most of us, because I was raised from the West, and I've seen how they are into the gangster movies, gangster music, and all that stuff. You know, myself, actually, I started my first album was in English because I was spreading the message of it, or message of love to white people, you know what I'm saying, to the Western world, so people can understand what happened in our country. So none of my songs never been in tradition. And then when people started doing music in Tongmonjang, which is in Dinka, people were challenging me like, Hot Dog, are you sure? If you cannot sing in Dinka or you cannot sing in Nuer, we don't care about whatever you sing. I'm like, yeah, Jamana, I was born, raised as Dinka.
Yeah.
If it is Tongmonjang, I can speak it. Nothing can stop me from doing it. If I want to sing in it, I can do all that stuff. So actually, that's why when I came to South Sudan, they challenged me, and I say, you know what? I'm somebody else. I was raised in a struggle, and I know what we need to do in South Sudan. So nobody can challenge me. And even right now, I'm about to do all the Equatorian song in their
Wow.
language. Of course, we're working on that right now. You know
That
what I'm
is very
saying?
impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing a lot of remix songs right now. You know what I mean? So other cultures have to be brought up so people can understand. Because why not? It's a culture, and that's why when people see me, like right now, I'm dressed up, I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing shoes, and I'm from abroad. Even when I started speaking, that's when people like, what? We thought you from the village. How? What? You speak like this?
It's
I'm
kind
like,
of
come
like
on.
it's almost like switching the expectations.
Switching expectation, and that's why now every show when we go there, they will understand what it is. We will know what we are bringing there. You know
So
what I mean?
yeah, take me the other banger, Tuk Daming.
Okay.
So
Took the Ming, you know what I'm saying? That took
because
the
Tuk Daming is like it's like very huge. Like in the club, they have to play it at around 3 a.m.
obviously they have to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like a spiritual song.
So
Even the kids, you know what I'm saying?
uh,
Like pregnancy women's, when they're pregnant and the kids are inside, they have to kick when that song comes in. Took the Ming. Roda yo, roda yo, roda yo.
because a lot of people, when you
Right.
know, when I was telling someone like I'm going to interview rapper Hot-Dogg, I'm like,
Right.
I don't know him. Then I'm like that song, Rui Dayo. Then they're
Right.
like, okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
people
yeah.
be like, oh, that's him. Oh my God.
What is the meaning of Tuk Daming?
Took the Ming is like, man, it's kind of hard sometimes because you know what? I was raised in a side of not a lot of Dinka like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Took the Ming, you know, Ming is a deaf person,
When he's so excited.
right?
Ah.
And took is like when you jump up, like when your bull is so excited in the village, and then now you start narrating the songs of traditions to your cows or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a bull. You know what I'm saying? When they're about to go for grazing.
Yeah.
And then you start narrating or you just come up with a song, you know what I'm saying? Appreciating your bull, like how beautiful it is and all that stuff. And then your bull now will start jumping
Ah.
up and down. So I said, me, when I'm so excited, you will be jumping up like my bull when it's so excited, just like Atharaj, somebody who is
Someone
deaf
who's deaf.
person.
Yeah.
So my bull now will just jump up like this because Atharaj will just jump up because he might not go, him or she might not go with the flow of
Be just jumping.
right, right. It will just jump. So that's what it's called tuk the ming. You know what I mean? Tuk the ming is like when you just jump up when you're so excited. So I came up with that. I'm like, you know what? Let me just come up with something called tuk the ming. So even that song, you know, a lot of people start attacking me last time. They say, Hot-Dogg, you will be attacked by Nazbet outside. There are people that cannot hear because you talk bad about that. I say, no, it wasn't a bad thing.
So you're
because
saying that they are jumping off beat?
it's almost like that at the same time, but they say took the Ming because Ming can go overexcited. Even you can go off the beat, right? Yeah, it's only somebody, just like the way we're sitting all here and you can hear everything. That's when you will know now this person is off the beat. Just like how musicians go on there
Yeah.
and you go on the boost and you're trying to sing a song, then the beat is more faster or is more slower and your voice is not going with it. You know what I mean? So that's how it is.
So when did you realize that that song is like it's big?
I just realized when we release it, because when I came, we start changing from tradition,
Yeah.
from how we dressed up. Because I used to dress up hip hop, because I've been with 50 Cent, The Game, all Pananin Kubare in America. I used to be with them because actually I stay in California. You know what I mean? I'm from San Diego, California. That's why I always stay, but I'm a Canadian actually. And when I look at the whole situation, I was like, you know what? We have to teach these people our own culture, that's South Sudan. And that's why when you look, my tradition of ruling, it used to be number 2. Actually, people used to be number 1 in the whole South Sudan. Upananin kulu but actually kulu, they are not showing their tradition. And it's so nice when you
And
look
actually
at
has
this.
a very big
I swear to
music
God.
culture.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so big, and when I look at it from the side of Uganda, they're doing it so well. And from here, you know, Triple A here, you know what I'm saying? The people are doing this Jamaican music.
Yeah, yeah.
And I used to do rap music too. I'm a rapper. In 1989, I lost in a war zone, learning what it takes to be in a war tone. Now I'm born again, now the street talking now. How did hot make to the top now? Jesus beat where I start. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a rapper, you know what I mean? I
That's
swear to
very
God.
impressive.
So now, and that's why, you know what, we like, you know what? Don't go and claim what not yours sometime at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So because
You
our
need to be
culture,
authentic.
that's why you see most of our people from the West, they all come to Africa because all the animals are here. They have different animals over there, not the one we have in Africa. Like if you see all the giraffe, people have to go to the zoo to see just a donkey. You know what I'm saying?
Even I was in Berlin, and the kids, there was a local zoo where the kids go and see goats.
You see?
I'm like, for real? Like the kids,
I swear to God.
parents bring the kids to see goats.
And guess what? We are not promoting this thing. Just like here today, and I just went around from how you guys put all the
art.
painting on the wall and everything is all historical. I never very artistic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's so great, and this is what we need to promote. How do we keep saying the country is small? Like, how is a country so small and there's people eating and there's people not eating? This is weird. You know what I'm saying? Reality should be put there. If we have to take you down, let them take you down. And that's how it is.
Okay, George, do we have the? Can you play the song? Is George here?
And actually, to my people watching right now, you know, Nelson,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that last year I almost died.
I knew about that, and I'm coming to it because because there is a very inspirational thing
Good.
behind it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, let's George cue for us that song. Took the main.
We have letter to God too. Yeah, I hope you got
Then
that.
yeah, we got that.
So letter to God. I don't know if you can play to do through that, because there's this letter to God. Actually, you know what I'm saying. I'm a very spiritual person. When I was in Kenya, and all the lost boys and girls went to United States, and some went to Australia, some went to Europe, I was left in Kakuma. And then by then I was studying in Kenya, Nairobi. So when I was in Nairobi, all the lost boy left, and I was left in Kenya. I was studying over there. And one night I wrote a letter to God. I say, God, I've been praying to God since I was in Ethiopia as a small kid, coming to Kenya, walking my barefoot all the way from Ethiopia all the way to Kenya. So one night I sat down when I was in Githurai, Kenya. Githurai service, one of the services in Kenya. So I wrote a letter to God for real. And I say, God, if you can understand me now, why did you left me here? I'm crying, nobody's helping me out. All the lost boys left from Kakuma, some left from E4 camp, the Daf, and now I'm left here in Kenya. And there's nobody helping me. So I actually wrote a letter to God. And I say, God, if you can listen to me now through a letter, then I wrote that letter. And I wrote everything. God, I said, I want to be in Canada or United States or Australia, where the rest of my lost boys went. And I said, I need a miracle to happen. Guess what happened? There's a pastor named Pastor Benny Hinn.
Yeah.
If anybody ever know who
Pastor
Benny Hinn.
Yeah, Pastor Benny.
Pastor Benny Hinn, after 3 days, when I wrote that letter, I hid it somewhere on the wall. And I said, God, send your angels and let them come and take that letter and let them take it to you. I need to go to United States, I need to go to Canada or or Australia. 3 of these countries. Guess what happened? 3 days later, I was invited by one of my friends. He's now in U.S. He's from New York. He invited me. Hot-Dogg, just come to my house. I went and watched. He liked watching God stuff. Ajat batan rupana de kanisa de, and then gospel stuff. I told him, my friend, just change it. Put channel O. That was back in 2003.
Yeah.
This guy say no. Let's watch this guy.
This
There's a
channel
man-
O is for what music?
Yeah, for young people, Pananin, Wajade. What I want to watch. I say God has left us. Why do you want us to watch Ajad Bata Kanisa Devta Shunaya? God has already left us. Let's just watch Channel O music where they play all gangster music, 50 Cent, everybody else. You know what I mean? So guess what happened? That was 3 days, and I promised God, give me a miracles that I want to go to Canada, US, or Australia. Guess what happened?
What happened?
That's when this guy was talking to me. The pastor just came on television, Pastor Benny Hinn, for my first time seeing him. He started talking, preaching to people. He was preaching in Dallas, Texas, United States. while I'm watching a television in Kenya, Nairobi, in Githurai. Guess what happened? The pastor just came on television explaining everything. Oh, he's opening eyes, blind are seeing, the cripples are walking, all that stuff. I was like, wow, this is great. Guess what? The pastor, after when he finished crusade in America, and I'm watching in Kenya, Nairobi on television,
Yeah.
guess what? He just started talking about me. By then, I used to put my hair. I used to have a long hair in Kenya. My hair, my clothing, everything that I was wearing. There's one guy watching a television, and his name is Samuel. And I know there's a lot of Samuel in this world watching television, but there's a one guy that is watching. That's one of the Samuel watching a television right now. And God is telling me you are better far. Guess what? He explained everything. Everybody was there just holding my hand like this. Oh my God, Hot-Dogg is talking about you. I say no. And I told him, because I'm the one who wrote the letter. He said, now you're not believing me. God is telling me you're watching on television and you're better far away. But God is telling me you wrote a letter 3 days ago. I was like, my God. I fall back. And I was like, wow. Now it doesn't matter how many Samuel in this world wrote a letter.
Yeah.
I'm one of those Samuels. And I know now he believe that's me. I really believe in it.
Yeah.
And he told me, wipe your tears. God has opened your doors and you are going to Canada. The country, you wrote a letter 3 days ago. He's talking on television. You wrote a letter 3 days ago and you asked God, you want to go to Canada, you go to US or Australia. But God has chosen you, you're going to Canada. You understand? Guess what happened? How everybody was shocked in there. And I was like, it doesn't matter how many Samuel wrote a letter.
Like, to hell with Channel O.
To hell now. I was shocked. And I'm going to show you my passport because this is it. You got to understand the facts, the reality of what is actually happening. This is the fact. Take my passport out. The other one is South Sudanese. Give me the black one. I think, yeah, that one. Show him that.
This is the Canadian passport now.
That's it.
So as a result of your faith,
God chose me that thing to go to Canada. And actually, guess what happened? God told me, Hot-Dogg, the pastor told me, Hot-Dogg, you are leaving. You will be called by Canadian Embassy. And that's what God has given you. Guess what happened? 3 days. Boom, boom, boom. I was dreaming. Oh, wow. The other guy, he dreamed. I dreamed that night that I had been called by Canadian Embassy because by then I had my card.
your card is in the camp.
In the
Dadaab
refugee camp. And then what happened? After 3 days later, guess what? They just called my name. My name was first on the list of people that are going to Canada. I was invited for the to go to Canada, and actually that's what happened. So that's how I became Canadian because from there I asked God. Now I never want to be a musician actually. I wanted to be a politician. And I asked God, what do you want me to do now I'm in Canada? You want me to be a musician? Do you want me to be a politician? Or do you want me to be a pastor? And God gave me a music. I was like, how will I do music? I just came to Canada. They don't even hear my language because I'm still having I'm still having African accent. What is your name? My name is, my name is Samuel. I am coming from Africa yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they cannot even hear, and they be like, pardon me, you know how women are. And that's how I end up to be called rapper Hot-Dogg. Because you know what? They say I was tall. I never know what a hot dog actually is because I was raised in a refugee camp. Never ate hot dog since when I left Africa. So when I went there, I went to McDonald's. I thought they sell hot dog at McDonald's. So I went to McDonald's, the kids from school. So I was just in the line. So everybody be pointing, oh yeah, I need this, I need that, I need that. So I was like, I need hot dog because I thought they sell hot dog at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you know how the high school, they're bullies. What? Did you just say you want hot dog? This a little kid was, what? Did you just say you want hot dog? Mommy, he just said he want hot dog. Man, I was scratching my head and I was running off. I was so nervous. I was so shy. I was so embarrassed. You know what I mean? So that's how I end up. So when I went back to my high school, because it was during the lunch time, that's how I ended up with the name Hot-Dogg. So when I went back now to the school with the rest, my message was out already. Oh my God, this guy went there and he was ordering a hot dog at McDonald's. So that's how I ended up with Hot-Dogg. And I was crying and I say, you know what, God told me, you know what, don't worry. Hot dog is what? It's just it's a food. There's nothing wrong with it. You'll find everybody eating it. So that's how I ended up with rapper Hot Dog.
And you took something that was meant to ridicule you and you're like, you know what, I'll own it.
Definitely. So.
But also you really subvert expectations. Someone expects that you'll be speaking and you'll be you're a traditional artist.
Right.
You show up, you're different. Someone expects that you're this.
Right.
And people don't look at rapper, they don't think you're spiritual, but you're clearly having a lot of very spiritual experiences.
Well, actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like I said before, I'm from Ruing, a demonstrative area where the oil, 80% of the oil of South Sudan is coming from. This is where I'm from. Yeah. And my grandfather, actually, you know what I'm saying, is a spiritual man. His name is Yakwena Bilkwe. So my mom, she's a prince of Bilkwe. And myself, I'm the prince. Oh, she's a princess. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
she's a princess, and I know.
Yeah.
She just, you know what I'm saying, like. So my mom, she's a princess of Bilkwe, yeah, which is Ruing, a demonstrative area, the oil producing area, whatever. And myself, I'm a prince. I'm the prince of Bilkwe. And that's why, you know what, we're from a spiritual background in my area. That's why our area has never been captured by anybody, whether you're from Rebel, whether you're from where, because you will just take sand like this and you touch it like this. Nothing will happen. Even right now, if anything happened here, you know, nothing will happen to us.
We're protected.
Well, everything is bulletproof right now. And we're not playing. It's real stuff.
Yeah. Okay, George, can you play for me the thing?
Letter to God, so people can understand.
Do you have letter to God?
I was asking God, why, God, my people are dying? Please, Lord God, tell me why my people have to die. With war and genocide, seem like no end inside. If it's not there, you just bring Babul Kabanya. Bilda Anyop Chakun Chito Kenya Toy Dan Kenya Rob Dan Pula Jankanwer Banyop Kababul Daram Kel Michana Banyop Kababul Chakon Chite Kenya Toy Dan Kenya Rob Dan Pula Jankanwer Banyop Kuan Chimon Janglwe Labung Yok Lue Nuera Bug Bull na Kego Nuero Banyop Chakon Chachenya Toy Dan Kenya Rob Banyop Kababul Chanora Dakandang Ne walga me chiro jangde pay kay jangno de pay chikam dan terwal kwaling bayla do ga chisi jengwa kakale kula jang kelmor chara na legend kwaling bayla do chizangwe banyo chinorwe babul chizangwe banyo chinorwe babul banyo kababul chakam dan sudan Commissioner de la Gag Banyop Kababul Chanora Dakendang Shakon Jashen Yato Dan Kenya Rob Dan Kula Jankanwar Banyop Kababul Chanora Dakendang Wanchi Mwanjang Lwe Bunyo Kulwe Nwera Bule na Kego Nwero Banyop Kababul Chanora Dakendang Shakon Jashen Yato Dan Kenya Rob Dan Kula Jankanwar Banyop Kababul Chanora Dakendang
That's really awesome. Okay, can you put Took the Ming?
Took the Ming, yeah.
Yeah.
Go to. Why don't?
Yo, yicho ngane ga nya bil ko mi jong lang wa yicho ngade yicho yo wakidi da kon you go tiek kelek ina ma zain mai no ina min dog nya to na du na da ko de kang tam yodi chini biong ge yom do to yo yo la gan ha ane ngwada bal ane ran to bal ane ran balu ane ran bal ku ja tek pale da yi wonde na manel kwa piu ga ko be roda no una kwai go veron nyoke man wan o kido men chola kumo ke men bil kwe yo ke men parian o emit grueng wine no dong roda no una kwai go veron nyoke man wan o kido men chola kumo ke men bil kwe yo ke men parian o emit grueng wine no dong
Wow, that's really awesome.
That's what it is, man. You know, we gotta bring back the color. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we need to do. So our kids can know what it is actually.
No,
So
that is really awesome. And you could see like the song was
definitely, man.
different.
Like a lot of people never know that was me over here, but
I think so because we kind of want to before we kind of open it up for a few questions that we conclude.
right,
I wanted to ask you about two things.
Right.
Your political experience.
right.
Actually, I never knew that you're that politically serious.
Um,
Because someone was saying, oh, rapper Hot-Dogg is the founder of that political party. I'm like, okay, for real? It's like, yeah. Tell me about that. Like, how did you end up starting a political party?
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you know, we were those kids actually that's been around everybody, you know what I'm saying, from our legendary over there, General
Joseph
Lago, you know what I'm saying, we've been around them since I was a kid at the same time. Then Escobar, Minde 1, we started from Manyanya 1. And we came in as a kids of 1983 when the war started and all that stuff. And like I said, we went through a lot of stuff. And so it's really touching, man. Like, I mean, I don't even know, man. Sometimes I just get emotional sometimes, you know what I mean? Go ahead and ask me another question, man, because it's crazy, man. Like I just remember a lot of stuff sometimes when people, you know, it depends with the question.
Yeah.
Just go ahead
Yeah,
anyway.
okay. So like, were you expecting like the political party to be this successful? Because it has something. It has an impact.
Well, you know what? Let me just go back up there. Actually, when I came up with my political party, People's Liberal Party, it was when I came, actually, that was 2013 when I came. And I just came, actually, because we all related. We all families, you know, because Anina Nazu was Django, right? So when I came back, actually, we were those kids that were sent abroad because say we cannot all go to war as these kids because everybody just want to go fight, right? And then John Garang used to say, you know what? Itakum ya jamar zaman mutakum lisa. You know what I mean? So you guys, what you guys need to do, You gotta go for more studies. Because if we all go to war, we might all die, and there's nobody will pass the message later on. So we actually, that's the message that I quoted from our former, from our leader, John Garang, you know what I'm saying? So when I came back, actually, I thought we were the same moment as when we started everything, but I didn't know everything changed. So when we came back now with all the documents, everything, because we went to abroad, we study, we spread the message of love outside of the country, ray of hope and all that stuff. So when we were coming back now at the seedling, they used to call us, Anina Yabe Kun seedling Baden, but I know Sudan. So when I came back here, I'm trying to talk to everybody because I know every commanders when I was young. So I'm like, oh, yeah, uncle, Anina Yao, Jajamar, but as a man, we use Kochwal, we use some Kochwal, or we use, how do you guys call that? Man, I don't know. We used to call it that jerkan. You put you put like a mat on it, and then you put the water, and then it's like you're to cool it down, right? So we used to carry them. So I'm like, yo, it's like I was preached by then during the struggle. So when I come back and I told all my uncles, hey, this is me. Ah, man, you guys left us, you went abroad, we were struggling here by ourselves. We're like, hey, I thought you guys sent us outside. So I'm trying to look for a job here. I'm trying to do this. Nobody want to put me in. The road is so congested. It wasn't in a yao but SPLA, right? But the road was blocked for us. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Since nobody want to listen to me, let me get on the music first. Because when I come up with music, I know you will listen to it. Even if you are in your bedroom, you will listen, oh, something like that, right? So that's how I came up with the music first. So now when they start listening to my music, I was like, okay, 2015, came up with my own political party. Because I've been trying by any means to get in the system, but I cannot get it. Because I have all the documents to get in the system, but there's nothing was working. So I came up with my political parties. I call him, you know what I mean, with other people. I'm launching my own political party. People were just laughing at me. Just laughing and they're like, are we good? Check the radio. Maybe. Check. 1, 2.
Let's find a solution for this. I think we can. Yeah, let's just stop. So that's how you ended up with the political party. Yeah. Mm.
He was just sitting behind me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I think what you guys are doing, I think I just want to be part of it. And then I told him, you want to be a politician? He said, yeah. I went for training as a soldier, and then he gave up on that thing. So what I need to do, I just want to join the politics. I said, okay, I'm coming up with something. I want to form a political party. Can you join me?
Uh-huh.
It's like, man, I'm very happy, but do you think this thing is going to work? And I said, you know what? Whatever you believe in, because you don't know who I am actually.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in,
As long as you say, yes, I'm going to make it, you will make it out of that thing. So you just believe in us. I will put you as a chairman of my political party, and I will be the one running around, bring all the money, generating the money, and to put everything up. That's how we accepted it. And that's how Peter Mayan Majong, the former Minister of Humanitarian, became who he is. So I was behind everything from scratch, from nothing to where he was. People were just laughing at us when the peace agreement was being done in Addis Ababa. People were just laughing at us as I was launching it in Nyaporan culture. Like, that party with Al-Shabaab, I say, okay, just chill out. We are your brothers and we are your sisters because we got other people out there. So I was like, you know what? We're going to make it happen. We believe in ourselves. And as long as you believe in yourself, you will make anything happen possible. As long as you say, yes, I'm going to make it. The only thing that will fail you is when you say no. And guess what? That's what happened. That's how I brought Mayan from nowhere to become a minister, put him over there to Addis Ababa. I had to go abroad. I'm going around just doing my music. Whatever I was getting, I'm sending it to them here so they can just support themselves. And then they can keep moving until he became a honorable in Addis Ababa. You know what I mean? So that's what happened.
Are you still in touch with the party?
I'm the boss. How am I not going to be? Where is Mayan right now? Because you know what? There was a lot of conflict that happened. Because you know what? When you become a leader, you become a leader, you come with a lot of stuff. You will be rich. You will have so many things. You will have new friends, opportunists. They will come in your system. And they will try to erase, just like how you know me now. If you become a billionaire today, your own people that never even care about you, they will just come in your system and they will tell you, you know what? Just the same thing as her right now, as she's doing her thing in Nyapuren, not Nyapuren, at the
Freedom Hall.
You know what I mean? When you become somebody, there's those people that looking for that window. They just want to be there. Okay, you know what? Now you are with Hot-Dogg. No. Please leave these people alone. We are the one now. And guess what? That's what happened. When I put everything in the system, put Mayan where he is to become a minister, even forget about this little kid that used to take all the documents everywhere. And you know what? God is we're leaving, no matter what. We will die and you will leave everything here on this earth. Even what we're going through right now will remain as a footprint, but our ancestors, our children, our grandchildren, they will watch what we're working on today. Because it's a message. And that's why we're here. And again, a lot of people that are here, this is a big message. And now how you call me, we will work now a different thing. Just how you take me around a tour before. So your next question, tell me, what's up?
So I wanted to ask you about your experience last year, because you underwent a very, I can say, like, traumatic experience. Almost your life was on the line. And I mean, I saw the videos online and what a lot of people saw. People like, Hot-Dogg is that him?
Yeah, or somebody else.
It was somebody else.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just, I don't want to tell your own story. Maybe you can just tell us, like.
Well, I mean, you're very right. You know, like I said, you know what? Like I said, I was invited actually in 2018 when I was in New York. I was in LA doing some other stuff. And then I was invited anyway, actually, by the first lady of South Sudan, the president. And that's how I came to South Sudan. So when I came over here, you know, I was doing my music because, you know what, our people, they love our culture at the same time. So when I came to South Sudan, I've been actually here in South Sudan, and I was in touch, and I never tell nobody that I'm one of the founder of the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just giving it on the low as a musician because I know all my plans and everything else, right? So when I was over here, I got sick actually, you know what I mean? Like, so every time when I go outside, you know, I'm with him, and when I go out, I was losing weight. My skin is turning different way, like I'm becoming lighter, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like I'm using cream or some shit, you know what I mean? So people were telling me, even accusing me, it might be I'm using cream. I'm like, I'm not. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? So I was returning lighter skin, and every time when I go to hospital, they check my blood and everything else, but nothing. They just, they got it, Joe, because you just came from abroad, whatever. So there was actually nothing actually happening.
with me. They say when I go to hospital, some people were even accusing me might be Dolomite. Might be, this guy might be hard one. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. So that's what actually happened to me. Kumbe, it was what they call a brain tumor.
Wow.
They had to take me to not Nairobi Hospital. What they call it?
Juba.
Not
to Juba.
To Juba.
Juba Hospital.
Yeah, Juba
I had to
Teaching
go for CT scan.
Mm.
Because every time when I go to hospital, they take blood, they take everything. There's nothing. It's showing nothing actually. So what they did, they took me to
Juba
Teaching Hospital for Juba scanning, whatever. So CT scan. So they put me in the whole machine, and then they look at my whole body and my brain, my head. Boom, that when they found out there was a black thing in my head, inside the brain. They're like, okay, this thing is like meningioma tumor. That's what they wrote, Dr. Hot-Dogg and everybody else. And all of a sudden, my leg just paralyzed. Like I could not work with my leg, my left leg and my left arm. Everything is just like this. That was it. It shut me just down like that. So what they did was, you know, like people were just talking out there, yeah, the man Hot-Dogg is going to die. Because now I wasn't talking actually. Yeah, I was shut. That was in June of last year. So what happened was I was shut down completely. Could not even talk. I could not even me going to the toilet. This guy is the one just taking me in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to hold me up and had to take me inside. So that's what actually I went through. So from there, they told me like, this guy have to be taken to where? To Egypt, because they know Egypt got a lot of good doctors. They need to take me to Khartoum. Egypt is 4 hours. Khartoum is like 2 hours. And then Nairobi is like less than that.
Yeah.
And they just only giving me 1 hour plus. I cannot go beyond 2 hours. So Nairobi was the closest. So I was taken to Nairobi because I cannot go to Canada. Because if I go to Canada, this is where my insurance is. They can just operate my brain and whatever, you know, but I have a free insurance. But here in Africa, I would just die. They were not trusting anybody. So that's how I went to Nairobi. When I went to Nairobi, it took me a week to be there. I was paralyzed. The one with me, I wanted to take them. We went there to the embassy. We signed all the documents. And then for me to go to Canada, it would take them 40 hours. 40 hours, I cannot do that. I was just going to die because the pressure from my head was too much. So they said, you know what, this guy is not going nowhere. Only have to be done in Kenya. Take it or leave it. Either die or leave.
We're recording with media.
Okay. Whether you die or live, that's what actually happened. So 40 hours was too much for my brain to take it because I had too much pressure on my head. So actually that's what happened. So they took me to Aga Khan Hospital, the most expensive hospital in Kenya. Took me over there just to do the operation for my head. $5,000. You have to pay that before they get into your head. So that's actually what happened. So I was there with my whole family, everybody's watching. Hot-Dogg was dying, I could not even eat, I could not even talk. I went for 11 hours on the surgery. 11 hours, he's the only guy talking to everybody. You know what I mean? So actually that's what happened. From 11 hours, my brother, when they were doing it, I went to heaven. I actually seen the golden gate of heaven. It's true. Heaven is real, to be honest. You guys go to church, whether you go to church or you don't go to church, I've seen it. You know what I mean? So the golden gate of heaven was real. So as soon as they opened my head, they put all machine because the tumor was on this side.
Yeah.
The tumor was on the right side. And then there was the water on this side. So they put a pipe on the tube, some tube on this side. And then on this side now, they were working on it. They took the whole thing out, chunk of it, called meningioma tumor. They took it out. They are very professional. They are even from Canada. When they look at me, they're like, no, we gotta make sure we help this guy. Let him not die. And actually, that's what happened. So when they were doing the operation on my head, I was on the golden gate of heaven. When I was over there, actually, one of my cousins, the guy who was in charge of Nile Petroleum, Maroon, engineer Hot-Dogg, the one who was in charge of Nile Petroleum, he was in Dubai and he just called him up. He told him, Triple, I need to talk to Hot-Dogg. How is his situation? They say Hot-Dogg now is he's gone in a theater room right now. He cannot talk. They're just about to operate him. Say, okay, let him go on with the whole bill, let them do it. I'll just come within 2 days and he'll come and clear the whole bill. That's what happened. Then when the phone went up, they put me inside. Him, he was there in Dubai. He passed out there. He passed on over there. He died, in his own hotel room. And then myself, as I was over there, and now I woke up that's like in heaven for real. So I saw him walking on the other side. He's going in another line, and I saw him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw him in a line, so in a queue, and then he was saying hi to me, like, "Oh, how you doing?" I said, "Hi, Zol Kabir, how are you?" We just say hi to each other. And then he went inside. And then my line was here. So as I was about to go inside, there's some big guys here. Some guy wing, some, they're very different. This is heaven for real. So this guy, they be marking your name like this. Then they like you now, like. You Nelson, okay, come in. Boom, they take your name. This is a Chol, this is Mijo, come in. And then when it was my turn, they say no, Lole, no, my kush. I say, Ajamana Dana, it's me, Mijo. This is you can see your casket up there, written with your name. They have to pass it. When they click your name, when they tick your name, it will let you in, and then your box will, your casket will be passed through to the Golden Gate. Then they refused me, actually. They say, no, this guy, we don't want him. So I had to come up with a plan B. I need to go and use a back door.
Even in heaven, you want to...
Yeah, of course, I have to think about that. When I went, brother, there's nothing called back door. It's all blocked. There's nothing you can see. Then I start thinking, where I can see women dancing or people drinking alcohol or people smoking hookah, so I can just go and join them and be out there just with them. There was nothing. Only flowers are just dancing like this. They even say hi to you.
Yeah.
And people are even wearing, there's no shoes. I say, no, this is boring, man. Let me just go out there and just go back. And then I saw my daughter. She told me, Daddy, why do you want to leave us? Look at my mom. I did not even say hi to the mother. Just her. I just want to listen to my daughter. And she told me, you know what, Daddy? Why do you want to leave us here? That I don't have a sister, I don't have a brother. Look at my mom, you want to leave us like this. Why do you want to do this? From there, my brother, I just cried. And I looked like this. The doctors were just walking on my head. You know what I mean? That's my head actually. This from here. This is the lower style anyway. But here, this was the cut from the surgery. You know what I mean? From here, the whole thing was taken out. But now everything came back. But then I told with her, I just told her bullet, man. You know what's up? I told her spiritual, man. So actually, that's what happened. So when I woke up like this, I was just boom on the bed. Then I look at all the doctors, they're all Kenyan, they're all light skinned. I didn't even know how I get there. So I thought I was kidnapped by some Nigerian trying to take my organs. I swear to God. You know what I mean? So I went crazy. I wanted to kick every doctor and all the nurses. So they have to strap my leg down and my hand together, my stomach, everything. Even when I wanted to spit, they put something in my mouth. So I was covered up. I was like, call the police. I was telling this guy, I have been kidnapped. So actually that's what I went through. God gave me a second chance. And that's how I came back. And people don't even believe me. That Hot-Dogg.
Because when someone sees the pictures, initial pictures, they will be saying, no.
If they see my video, even the yellow guy and the one I carry in my hand, that thing turned gray, my brother. And my hair too turned gray. So they told me, Hot-Dogg, we give you a second chance. And you have a message to tell the whole world. Tell the whole world. Tell the whole world, this is your time. You either go bald-headed like him, you have a bald-headed. Or you just go gray. I say I'd rather take gray. I don't want bald head. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. So when I woke up, even the yellow guy, the one I had, that thing turned gray in the hospital, and my hair too turned gray. I was like, oh my God, what is this? I went to the bathroom. I'm checking on myself. I'm like, man, I'm getting old. I'm looking at my mother right now. My face is still young. And I'm getting gray hair. What is going on? They're like, this is your second chance. Go ahead. It's not your time.
So what do you think now, as we're concluding? Now you have this second chance. What do you think is the message for this, your second chance?
Well, my message is, you know what I'm saying, we have to love each other, stay together, and, you know, push it. No matter what. No matter if somebody tell you, you know what, you're not going to do nothing, or you're not going to get this job, just, No. Oh, your uncle is not a general, or you're not this. No, that's not what it is. And that's why I came back, because I love to stay with people that have nothing. And that's why I stay by myself. Not because I hate everybody, but I like people with nothing. Be with those people that have nothing. Start from the scratch. Be who you are and have a message to tell the whole world. Like myself, I have my documentary is actually 80% left, because I came in 2011 with a team of documentary from Al Jazeera and CNN. We came with them, some white folks. We came to Nairobi. From there, we came to Uganda, and then we were about to come to South Sudan to finish my documentary. You know what I mean? But we could not finish it because the war was there, and they give us that traveling warning that people should not go to South Sudan. If you go there by yourself, that's yours. It's going to be your own problem, because that country is not good for the citizen to go over there. So the white people that I came with the documentary team, they all went back. But we covered the whole thing from how we did the election. Not even election, the referendum. Yeah, when we did that, we put everything, even my car even broke down with all ice. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a big documentary. So we only left with 80%. Now, as I just came back, when God gave me this second chance, this is why you invited me. I haven't been invited by anybody. But there's a reason sometimes, because you know what? God always one that knows who to pick. It's not all about the money. And that's the reason why I come back. Because with money, you just die like that, my brother. And that's why I said before, Joel Al-Khan Signal Petroleum there. You know what I mean? He died in Dubai. Yeah, in Dubai, while I was in Nairobi, and he called this guy, and he was to come. And then I see him in heaven. And he left everything in. So whenever you have anything you have, with everything we have here right now, look at this life. We're all going to leave it here. But the legacy that you have, people will love you for it. And your message will keep everybody, keep moving. Just like how we're starting it here now. This is supposed to be full with a lot of audience. But guess what? They rather just listen to somebody with money or somebody being guarded with you coming with a lot of securities. You understand? But that's not the case. The message that we're passing out today, this is the message that will support somebody else, and it will inspire somebody else to do his or our own job, to become who he is.
I think that's why we record it, because we feel like this is a history.
Yeah,
We're making history.
Definitely.
We might be recording it with 15 people or 10.
Right.
But then like in 10 years, you never know how many people. And what do you think of him when he's, what is your view of him after all that? Yeah, of Triple, like, he's not just a music partner. He's like being with you while you're almost dying.
Right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, AAA, you know, like, I don't even know, because sometimes when you're with somebody, it's not good to talk about somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like, even me, when I almost died, my last word, I was telling him, Triple, I think this is my time. Let me go. He refused. Say, no, I don't want to listen to you. He just took off. People were just sitting like that. I said, Ajamana, I'm so tired. Because there's this what we call Youth Mama in Nairobi. They used to come and pray for me. All women. They all come and pray for me. God, please don't let out them die, please. Go, let us all pray.
So Triple told you like, no, I don't.
People refuse, yeah. Now when they came and pray for me, they always come, young women, girls, they come and pray for me. And then when I look at myself, my brother, I was so tired, and I say, you know what? Let me go and see heaven. Let me go and see my dad, because my dad died during the war, and I'm like, you know what? And my grandfather too, who is a spiritual whatever. Let me go and see them. And I'm tired of making money. We are trying to make contract in Cuba. If you're not related to nobody, nobody will give you nothing, right? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I told everybody, you know what? People, you did your part. Even right now, he has a problem on his back, because how he used to, because he's the only one that can hold me. If I want to walk up from the chair, he's the one to hold me up. And then we all fall down together. Now he had a problem in his back. So you know what? I see him and I know what is going to happen. Because one thing with me now, I visualize so many things. From God's side, God has given me a lot of gift in my life, to be honest. Because I'm from a spiritual family. So I can see death. If somebody is dying, I will just know it. Somebody is going to die. What is this person going to get? If you need a job, I'm just going to give you that job. And sometimes even I ask myself, And I asked him, why do God give me all this stuff? I need to eat ya jamana. Because look at Juba,
Yeah.
just give us money.
Yeah, I want to hear from people. You can give him the phone because we're recording on it. Like, what do you make of all this? Like when Hot-Dogg was going through all this stuff, why were you so determined on not seeing him live?
Now, what I know in my mind, I'm one of the, I don't know how to define myself, but I have one character and Hot-Dogg knows it. If you tell me this light is white, I will argue with you. If I know it's white, I will argue. I don't listen quick.
He will go and think about it.
But I know what you are talking or what you are trying to tell to me. I will understand. But I will not believe the way you are telling me. So whatever was happening to Hot-Dogg wasn't an easy situation. Even during his operation, I was the one. Even a nurse asked me, "Are you related to this person?" Because everyone was crying in the hospital. All the family members were crying, but I was not crying. Even they called me to come to the theater. I told them, Hot-Dogg is my cousin. They were telling me, no. Why are you not crying? I told them, this guy will not die. That's what I told doctor. This guy will not die. You will see him walking with me here and we'll go to Juba. After the operation, 2 weeks later, the doctor called me, my friend, you're crazy. The way you do your thing, I like it. Because I always stand at the hospital. You see CCTV, but they will feel, who is this guy? I will just be standing. Even I don't use Facebook anymore. All my phones, I don't know where they are. I will just be, at some time, the wife will call me, people, go and change your clothes at home. I will say, okay, let me go and change. From there, I will come back again. I will just take 40 minutes and then I will come back to the hospital. Even until they get tired of me. Now, around 3 weeks later, when we went for the checkup for Hot-Dogg, the doctors now, they were laughing. Hot-Dogg, are you related to this guy? Hot-Dogg told them, I will see them. So he wouldn't believe me dying.
I took care
because
of him.
I told him, if you die, why are you leaving me? Let's go together, man. And destroy that place. Hot-Dogg was there, no, you are young, my friend. You have to reach my age. Then I told him, no, let's go together. So whatever happened to him was a God bless. Whatever he passed through, Hot-Dogg was about in the point of giving up in life. But God brought him back. Maybe he has something, unfinished business. So let him do his thing. He's back. We have a second life. All of us, we have 10-10. He's left with 9.
I got 9. I'm on 9 life right now.
Yeah.
One has taken.
One has already been taken.
So Triple now, do you think now the fact that Triple A now that the fact that Hot-Dogg has a second chance?
Yeah.
What about you? Now when you see Hot-Dogg's second chance, what stage are you in now? What do you think? Like, he came with a new energy? Has your energy shifted to something else?
My energy is always bigger and he knows it. Yeah, he knows it. My energy is always on another level. Yeah. If you want us now to run 200 kilometers, I will run. I will not give up and I will not stop. Until you tell me stop, I will not. No, my stomach is okay. I know how to leave it. But we are working on 3 new projects then.
Yeah.
They will be bigger than Tugdume, trust me.
Wow.
And then we are going to the village, Egypt pyramids, we are going everywhere. These are for the reason why he's back.
We got a tour in
Australia, Canada, and then United States. I think will be in July.
And then
we need to have time now.
Will there be music and also or
Music.
other performances
Music.
also? Like will you talk? Will you talk to the people?
Documentary.
Yeah, of course. Now I'm going back because you know what? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to bad, but Australia and Canada and US, they need actually to know because Hot-Dogg when I came here, I just went silent. Like I've never been on a live social media since I left 2018.
Yeah.
Since I left America, I came to South Sudan. I only go to East Africa, let's say not just East Africa because we're part of East Africa now. Let's say Nairobi, Uganda, and come back here. I haven't gone anywhere else, you know what I'm saying? So what we are working on right now, we're working on so many projects and a lot of people are waiting. Like right now, I was about, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I was about to go to the village with my mother, you know what I'm saying? Because the only part that is left is my mother to show me now where I was born. I was born under the tree, why I wasn't at the hospital. We need to see all those stuff. What's up with this place now? Because my area now, this is the oil producing area. And why is my people not even benefiting? Because white people, you know what I'm saying, they're mostly focused on that. Why? Like why are your people still suffering like this? Like myself, like right now, like we still here, people thought just because you're from the oil rich area that you have everything. You don't have nothing. there's people that are,
There are people who are
scratching
getting
their head with everything, you understand? And that's why I need to go back and talk with my spiritual family. What is actually happening? How are my people suffering? I need to put them on a documentary. Even part of what we are working on here today now, it will be part of my documentary later on, and I will come and talk to you and your crew. You know what I'm saying? So we chop it up and we put it as part of my thing. Because it's my second time now, and God has given me that chance. And that's why we have these little people that are sitting over here, and your cameras and your place. We need to expose it. And that's how it is. So the documentary, we are working on the documentary, we're working on the new music. The political thing is working there, who knows? I might even announce later on I'm running for president. Who knows that?
Who knows, yeah.
Just wait, because now it's 2023. Who knows in December what
We could be the
do.
Trump of South Sudan.
I swear to God, I know. It's a headache. It's a headache. Even my doctor told me that when I was over there, when they went through my Google things and they understand everything. Because when I'm in abroad, I'm always on television. We are talking about the stuff that are disturbing us in Africa, and especially in our country, in South Sudan. And when we come back here, we need to be with the right people at the same time. Now, we need even to be having a chance with the youth, interact with our politicians in general. Tell us what we are missing. Don't just look at my dread. Indeed, I Rasta. Don't just look at me. Look at my brain. That's what we need. We need to interact with them now because their time is passing. And we are the youth now. We are the next generation, as they've been saying. It's okay, we are patient. It's okay, no problem. But you know what? Call your sons and daughters and make sure you sit them down and tell them something. How did you start the movement? Because that's how our ancestors used to do back in the day. They put fire because there was no light. They will put at night, all the firewood, they burn the firewood, and we all gather around the firewood. You tell us about the stories, right? Although back in the day, this thing used to happen, blah, 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 right? This is what we need to learn from our big politicians, from our generals. We don't have to run away. We don't have to shy. We don't have to rebel. We don't have to do that. We have to come up with different mentality as the youth. Listen to us. Talk to us. Why can't you talk to us? Yeah, we know you already. Yeah, and then what? We all, our fathers, our mothers, we all went through the same thing. But we now, because we all son of generals, but we don't want to be part of that. We don't want to be called that. What are we now, this generation? That's why I come back. We need to get together. You don't have to be Equatorian, okay, you know, all the Equatorian, all the Dingas, all the blah, blah. You don't need to do that. What we need right now, this young generation, is for us to get together. We get together, and in about what is the next thing? What are we supposed to build? How did these people build the pyramid? Who are the aliens? People that don't know that. Let's come and talk about this thing. What do we hear about Area 51? Where Americans do their own everything, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our people here, they don't know. You don't just have to put a khaki on and you just put a stone face like this. No, everything is by brain.
We need to work together.
We need to get together.
Our queen. Queen Tenix, I want to just hear from you as we're concluding. Telephone.
Okay.
What like the resilience of Hot-Dogg and the energy of AAA. What do you kind of see in him and both of them?
Actually, I will first go back on the part where you were sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you were sick. Actually, I got a lot of phone calls from a lot of people when I was in Kampala. Oh, we had a Hot-Dogg is sick, and somebody who's close to you. How be like, I've been trying his number. It wasn't going through. Unfortunately, I never had his number, so I was all stuck. Everybody would call me, and I have no explanation about it. So after that time, I stayed, and then I came to Dubai in August to follow up my passport things and all that. So when I came, Hot-Dogg told me he left his passport at migration. He was like, help me, go and pick it up for me and follow it up. Oh my God, it was like,
And they have.
So when I went, he told me the names and everything. So I went, I was like, I want to get the passport of Hot-Dogg. Which names was, the first thing, somebody held my hand like this, like, are you serious? Or the nigga is dead. I was like, he's alive right now. I told him, just from talking to him right now, few minutes, I can even show you the talks.
Yeah.
People like now, maybe somebody has hacked his account. I'm like, not really.
So they all thought he was dead.
He was told he's
was
dead.
all over the news, all over worldwide.
And even the like when I went to the to the ICT guy. They're like, no, I don't believe you. So I went to Chan Maduk, right? The one who was borrowing it. Chan told me that Hot-Dogg can't be alive.
Yeah.
You can't be joking. So they told me go to the DG. I went to the DG. The DG was like, you can't be alive at the moment. It's something like it's not. I told him, okay, fine. If you just want it to happen, let me just call him to make the story short. And they told me, like, are you serious? I'm like, I'm very serious. And I'm like, okay. We almost gave up on his passport. But we're just going to work on it because we thought he's dead. I'm like, wow. So you guys could just leave it like that. So on the, like, let me say now, come on the part of Triple. Not Triple, somebody, let me say, when I met Hot-Dogg and he introduced me to Triple. Actually, since that time, I think this is my second time meeting him today.
Wow.
Yeah.
After that all long time. So the energy Triple had on his health and everything, there's something called, it's not all like I couldn't say that because they are relatives or because they are cousins. The bond they share, it's a bond of friendship. You can be a relative to me, but if we don't have that bond of friendship, nothing can happen between you.
Right.
I will just look at you and be like, yeah, he's my cousin, so what can I do about it? But if you people have the strong bond of friends and everything, the friendship they have, that is what that built their bond more. Because there's this thing called in the Dinka, Matawarwa, it's something like friendship is better than the relatives, your blood relatives. You can relate to someone by blood.
Right.
But that person can never do anything important to you other than a person who's just a nearby friend. But these guys build up, he stood by him. He forgot that he was younger than him, He forgot the fact that he's young. But what came into his mind is to help his brother, right? To push him further. Because if the moment this guy was like, I've given up already, let me die. And he just said, it's okay, I feel your pain. That thing could also, this guy would know, he's dead already. But for him, he was like, no, you're not leaving me. He gave him that motivation. He gave him that strength to leave. Because when I tell him, oh, something is hurting me, he knows it's really hurting. But he'll be like, no, take it slow. Like, it's giving you the energy to live and energy to make you feel like, yeah, I can make it, So Triple did the best part, other than the other relatives and everybody, because if everybody was crying in front of him, then he would know he's dead. He's nobody. But Triple tied his tears. I think he cried at the last moment of seeing him alive again.
Right.
Because that's the time you feel like, oh, I couldn't believe that anything was going to happen, This life is just something I could say. It's a journey. They say life is what you live once, but at some point you have a miracle. Like when we had a miracle to tell now, and most of us couldn't believe Hot-Dogg is still alive. Until today we met him and we've seen him, the same energy, the same person, the same everything about him, So that's the energy we want also, I guess.
Yeah.
And secondly, somebody, a lot of people have been asking me, Tenix, what's wrong with you? You've been working with people who are elder than you. Yeah, actually, I take that thing because when I find myself in elders, I get more knowledge than my own.
Right.
Because most of my people who are my age mates right now, my fellow age mates, most of them are on the streets. It's not that they don't want to, it's not that they want to stay there, but fear grows. Right now when I'm in Hot-Dogg, I will tell him, Hot-Dogg, I want to do this. He'll be like, no, you can't do this. You're still young to do this. Actually, I'll get that advice. I'll be like, okay, and you sit down. So it's somebody, when you have that friend, you can share a secret with, whether you're old or young, but as long as you're open with that person. Today I can call him, I'll be like, I want to go to the club.
Right.
You're like, no, you're not going? Oh, we're going together. Simply because he needs me to change, he needs a better me, and I want to see a future in me, not to spoil it. So I would say they are born together, and then me also coming in to be a friend of them, and then, I find it so good. And so,
No, for sure. I think what I can just say is that, I hosted a lot of people on this platform, but I think in terms of inspiration, authenticity, and kind of ability to inspire, Hot-Dogg, you definitely have a very unique story. And I think your friendship with AAA it's something very important. You know, like if you don't have friends, there is a time I was put in jail, and then the people who were there were my friends.
Right. No,
They were like, yeah, but by the time when I got out,
Right.
When I stepped out like this, my friends immediately took me. My family were crying. They're like, what is this? I had like, yeah, because I think my friends were like, you know what, this is our guy. I know he's related to you guys, but he's our guy. Yeah.
So they've been there for you.
Yeah, they're like, he's related to you and what? You guys want to do, but he's our guy. We got his bill. We got his what? We got his everything.
How long were you in there for?
Not a lot, like 8 hours or less,
Oh.
5 hours. I mean, for someone who has never been in jail, that's a lot.
That's man out.
But you know, the thing is that when I was in jail, I realized like freedom is something very important. The same way
I
that you
swear to
realize
God,
life
yeah.
is very important.
I was locked up here too because of some, I don't know what happened. I find myself in, I did not want to explain myself who I was. Brother, I slept in there. Man, I could not believe this thing. Man.
It's like, I was just like, when you're there, you're just like, and
That's
you
when
see,
you know freedom is.
yeah,
more
you know, and you see someone there who has been there for like 9 days, and they're like, and then you're like, I don't want to be like that guy who accepted it.
Right.
Yeah. There are people who are just like, I'm here for 14 days, I've spent 2 months, what?
Oh my God.
And they're like, that's a problem. Like in other countries, jail is not supposed to be a place where you stay a lot.
Only 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is our country, as you said, we're working on it. Hot-Dogg, AAA, Tenix. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
spending
man.
this
Thank
time.
you, man.
Thank you for the team, for everyone who has been here. I have my sisters there, that are
Our
about 3
manager
of
is
them. Where's the manager?
There is our manager.
Hello.
Come on.
Yeah.
Festus.
Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you for the team that is doing the recording. Yeah, and the show tomorrow, don't forget it. We will do post-production, I think about 3 days or so with the team.
Right.
And then we'll get this video. These guys do very high quality work.
Good.
And I think this one will reach the masses.
And guess what? You
Yeah.
know what? I think, you know what, even what I was looking at, you know what I'm saying, like, because my team now, they're all over from the state.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of going home, like maybe in a week from now or 2 weeks, going home, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have no cameras and all that stuff. You know, just to finish the final shoot.
Yeah.
Just so I can go and give it to these people. But we'll discuss it.
Yeah, let's link up.
We really appreciate my brother. You know, I used to see you online.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden when I saw your message, I was like, you know what? This is why God actually brought me there. Because you know what? Me coming today and look at the whole place, this is it. This is where we all need to come together, talk about the ideas. Just like look at our little sister over here. We just met her. She was one of our fans.
Yeah.
And she loved our music. And that's how we met her before when I was having a brain tumor.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I had to go in there. We don't look at the money. You understand? Like now, just like how we came here now, it could make a lot of people asking, how much are these people paying now? Like Hot-Dogg now, they're going there. You don't look for the money. The money will look for you. You understand? Like the message that we're passing out right here, right now, it will make other people now to open doors for them. And that's the importance of it. Like our brothers now on the cameras, and our brothers sitting down there and others walking and all that stuff. This is it right here. The money will come for yourself. Money don't make you. You're the one that make money. If you have this message, like this thing that everybody's going to watch, this is what everybody needs. People need to be seen talking. You don't just want to wear khaki, right? Or just want to wear suit. iPhone, talk to people, because people are suffering, my brother. There's people with no iPhones. There's no people with no necktie. Talk to people like this. God will reward you for that. That will be my last message. And let's get together. Make sure we call each other. We are in a Junubin Kulu. We have to talk to each other, especially as youth. Let's unite. No tribalism. All that stuff, we need to put it aside. We don't need war. We don't need to kill each other, because people don't come. God will only release you when you come back at a certain time. But please, let's stay together. We are one South Sudanese. Let's do one thing. Let's do everything together.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate your time here.
Thank you, my brother, man, for hosting us.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the time.